Hello everyone and welcome to Skyy Rider Institutions program on React.js. In this we will be going to learn the complete development of React.js, which is advanced language for building web application and developed by Facebook, which known to everyone. So I Shiva Satpathy welcome you to this program of React.js. What for React.js is used and what is the necessity of learning React.js, we will learn this in next topics. So first of all, let me just give you a brief description of myself. I am Shiva Satpathy, Senior Software Development Engineer at Skyy Rider, here to present you and to teach you what is basically React.js. And these are the topic which is basically used and which are we going to learn in this topic. So first of all, it is introduction to web development, and then after it is working to HTML and CSS. Okay, so first of all, let's go in a short descriptive manner what we are going to learn in the introduction to web development. In introduction to web development, I'll teach you what is the history of web development, what is web development, and what are the power of web development, what is the scope of the web developers now and even in future. And then after we'll come to working on HTML and CSS. Here I'll show you how to work with HTML and CSS to design a website according to your needs and according to your requirements, so that it should be user friendly and it should be the best power website done. And then after we will enter to the React.js, where I'll show you how to use React.js to make that normal HTML CSS website to more powerful. And here we would be using React.js with HTML and CSS to make more powerful and the more specific web application. And after that we'll come to the state variables, which is a variables used in React.js to store the data and to map the data, which you will learn in your next coming topics. If I'll tell you right now, you would be a bit confused. But then after we'll go with the working with Firebase. Firebase is a platform developed by Google, which is basically used for React developers and many software developers to use the databases. And even using Firebase, you can host your website for free. Can you understand? If you are developing a project or any such application, you want to test it in a live server, you can use it in Firebase. And then we will go into the database, where we will get the data and we'll store the data and we'll do all the operations in our database. And then we'll come after to the REST APIs. REST APIs are the most APIs we will learn in the next coming topics, but I'll show you a bit simpler. It is a function which is used to connect the front end to the back end, and what is that we will learn in the next coming time. So let's just move forward and go to the introduction to React.js. It is web development. I'm so sorry. So what is a web development and what is that basically? So let me just show you in a brief. Web development is building and maintenance of websites. Website very well, google.com or whatever website you are searching, that's .com or .in or anything, that is called at the website, where the company or the user or anyone show their data and take them online to give their data and get the necessary information, and even to provide some helpful needs to their clients. So it is basically involves two parts. One is front end and another one is back end. So what is basically that? Front end is the part where the user sees. For example, I am presenting the screen. So this is basically the front end part. And inside the back end, I have written the codes and I have written the whatever, and what I am getting the information, I am storing it in my database, or whatever operations I am doing, that is in the back end. Basically front end is whatever the designs and the materials which you are showing to the client, or you can say showing to the whoever information, or client or customer, whoever it might be. Okay. And then after backend is basically, I have already told you, the operations which we basically make. For example, I'll take an example of login. Okay, so in the front end, we will design a page where the user will have the option to enter their email ID and password, and that is the front end part. And in the back end, You will get that email and password, and you will check in your database that is the right person or not. If it is right, then you will give him his information and you will take him to his respective, you will show him his respective information, right? And it in the front end, we use HTML, CSS and JavaScript. What is HTML? HTML is a hypertext markup language which is basically used to design the website. CSS is the cascading style sheet, and it is used to give the color, theme, styles and whatever you can say. You can just style your HTML website using CSS and JavaScript. It is a scripting language basically used to make some operation, some dynamic thing, because HTML is a static language. Do you understand the meaning of static? Static means you can't do any changes in your HTML code. What you are written is completely final. It is neither change, it is neither happen, or it is neither updated. But using the JavaScript, you can use your operation, you can use the dynamic part to show in your HTML website. Okay, so here I have just explained you backend development is the part where the data is stored, whatever the things I had already told you the same thing. And next, move to the next topic. What is a React.js? Okay, so I'll show you that React.js is basically a framework which is developed by Facebook to build a web applications. So what is the importance using the React.js? Why we can do it in HTML and CSS, right? Okay, so React.js is the more powerful and the more convenient, the more fastest language, or you can say most fastest language. It is a language to develop more faster web application. Let me just show you in a brief example. I'll just go to a Chrome. I'll just open some website like React.js itself only. Okay, it is the React.js website, and now you can see here that if I am entering to any other pages, I'm going here, I can go here, whatever I'm going, it is doesn't taking any time. And you can also see that this loader will not reload itself, right? If I'm going to here, here, anywhere, it is not reloading itself. It means it is a single HTML file. Do you understand what is single HTML file? Here we are not reloading it, and it is completely a one page, and we are loading each and everything in one page only. So this makes React the most powerful website. Okay, so here who is the developers? I have already told you Facebook is the developer, and even the more powerful like Instagram, Facebook is now completely developed within React.js. Yes, it was previously developed with HTML, CSS and PHP, but it is now fully upgraded to React.js. And what is the benefits of using the React.js, right? As I have already shown you, it increases your speed, it increases your simplicity, and even the scalability. And what is scalability? Any doubts? Okay, so in the scalability, it can scale. You can create a maximum. For example, if you have 500 web pages, it is a complete ERP. So you can create that much of application in this process, and it will not take more time either. And I have already, will not take any reloading time, right? Because it uses virtual DOM instead of real DOM. So now, what is virtual DOM and what is real DOM? You might be thinking that it is a bit complicated. What is virtual DOM and what is real DOM? Let's go what it is. Here you can see a virtual DOM and a real DOM example. Okay, so actually DOM is the document object model. Whatever you are whatever you are seeing in your desktop, laptop or anywhere, it is called as a DOM. For example, here you are screening a PPT. It is also a DOM. I am just rendering. I am just printing this design in my laptop screen DOM, right? So what basically happens? Whatever you are showing, it is just printed, right? It is a real DOM. But what is the basic difference between real and virtual? Virtual means it is not printed either. It is just showing you. If you will shift to some other, it will just replace with that. but real term means it is printed. So what will happen if it is printed? Obviously, if it is printed, then you have to first clear the screen, then only you can just move to print another one, right? But in the virtual term, you don't need to clear it, because you haven't printed there either, right? So this is the basic and short example of real DOM and virtual DOM. Let's move forward. So to develop the application using React.js, what are the prerequisites, right? Do you understand the meaning of prerequisites? It is basically what all softwares we need. So first of all, a text editor. Obviously, to write the code we need a text editor, but in my case I would be using Visual Studio Code, but you can use any thing like normal Visual Studio, Atom, or WebStorm, Node++, Beam, anything. And the most a software, or you can say a language, which is Node.js, and obviously a stable net connection, because you are developing a web application, so you need a stable internet connection, right? Without internet connection you can't create a web applications. It's simple. So how we can download that? I'll just show the URL where you can download these. Okay, so let's go to the web browser. So first of all, the most important thing you need to download, which is Node.js. You can download it through its official website, which is nodejs.org. I'll suggest you to download the LTS version, but you can also download the current latest version. This is my showing the for download for Mac OS. If you are using Windows or Linux or anything, it will show you automatically according to your system. So I have already downloaded it, so I'll not download it again, but you can just download by clicking on it and just installing with these steps. You know it earlier, right? Obviously, next. That is the main thing. Okay, so next I'll show you how to install the Visual Studio Code. Just write VISUAL Visual Studio Code, and here there will cover Visual Studio Code. Here you can download for your need. Same thing, you can download and you can install it, right? So this is the basic software's prerequisites for building a React.js applications, right? Next, now that was the prerequisite softwares you need to know to develop to develop a React.js. Now it is what are all the languages you need to know to develop application using React.js? Obviously HTML to create a web page, CSS to style them, Bootstrap to make them responsive, and to JavaScript to make them more powerful, right? These are the languages which, don't worry, I'm going to show you how to use it, and these all are languages, very simple. We will learn in a bit. So next, go forward and install the React.js, right? So let's move and I'll show you how to install your React.js applications. I hope everybody have installed their that Visual Studio Code and the Node.js. So I'll go to a topic and I'll just create a new folder. We'll give it as React.js. Okay, then I'll go into it. I'll just go to the terminal and here we'll write it. I know that many are not comfortable with the terminals, but get on it. You are a developer. Now you are going to be a developer, so you need to be comfortable on terminals. Okay, so next, I hope everybody have installed your Node.js, and now we will be going to cover how to create your first React.js project. Okay, so let's go. We need to read the command as npx, which stands for node package execute. I repeat, node package execute. Okay, and after that we have to write create -react -app and then your app name. For example, I'll give the app name as my my obviously not app name, it is basically the project name. I'll give my project name as learning, NING, right? Then I will press enter, and now it started the creation of the web, the React.js project. You don't need to worry on it. Everything will be done by itself only. After that, we'll come and learn. It will take some time, and obviously I have told you it need a stable internet connection. I mean a bit fast, or you can say a medium, at least a fast net connection for creating your first project. So try to obviously go into a Wi-Fi or a good 4G network to connect with this. So meanwhile it is getting ready. You don't need to do anything rest. It will automatically create it. We will go and learn something other fun facts, right? Okay, so here are some fun facts and the scope of React.js. Do you know what all are these all are the companies those are developing and those are using their language as React.js to develop their website or any application, web application? Obviously Facebook and Instagram, obviously they will be used because that is their language only. But Netflix is complete. That Netflix platform is developed using React.js, and even the Netflix application, Android and iOS application, is also developed using React.js. And obviously Airbnb is also using React.js, and obviously Yahoo is also developed, and even PayPal. And here I haven't mentioned some other, but if you have known about the Tesla booking application and Tesla website, and that is also built using React.js. And even if you go for the GitHub, Bitbucket and many other Razorpay, in Cash Free, these all are built using React.js only. So now you can imagine how powerful it is and what is the scope of it in worldwide. Okay, so next I'll just show you what is the demand of React.js developer worldwide. This is the statistics by Naukri.com. You can see that Node.js developer and React developer demands are going on increasing than the other languages, right? And here is also a result on the Indeed. React is in the top 9 language, top 9 language in worldwide. So you can just imagine what is the demand of React.js, right? So I hope my installation would be over, so I'll just go and check. My installation is over. Okay, so I have already installed my so just to enter in my project I will enter cd and then learning, and I'll press enter. And to start my project, or I'll just run my project, I will just need to write npm start, which is node package manager start, and it is starting my application. As you can see, so here it is my React.js application. It is my default React.js project and it is started. So this was the creation and the installing of React.js program, and hope you have learned something new, and try to install this, and we will go in the next topic to start on the HTML. So before that, I've already installed your React.js software and all the prerequisites, and even create one project so that it will be easier to you to practice. Okay, so then thank you so much for having the video, and we will meet in the next topic with more new things and more new topics. Thank you.